interesting to see such a huge crowd. I expect the last day of FinTech Festival, first session, I was expecting a slightly thinner crowd. So thanks everyone for coming. I'm Ian. I'm from Prudential AI Lab, program head. And here, I'm sure all of you are wondering today, like, what are we unleashing, right? So have you seen all across FinTech Festival, booths from every organization, startups, everybody's talking about AI, right? And we here at Prudential are looking at the future of insurance and how we can craft that future with you. So just a quick show of hands, right? So get everybody up and awake. Who has insurance products? I hope everyone does. Okay. And then who has Prudential products? Okay, keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Okay. My financial reps will contact the rest of you that don't have your hands up. Yeah, so I hope the videographers are getting the photos. But I think really we are here to build for financial services and products for every life, for every future. And how does AI shape that, right? And here's what we are trying to explore here today, especially in representing the AI Lab. So obviously, I'll be using a lot of word AI in today's sharing. So we used AI to ask AI what the future of insurance is with AI, right? We have a strategic partnership with Google. So I used Gemini, their image creation generation model, to come up with this beautiful picture, right? So I asked Gemini, what's the future of insurance? You see a robot, obviously in the control center. He is managing maybe operations, helping with claims. And then there's another image generated, which is a robot that's like a financial rep, talking to a person. I'm not sure if that's the future we want, right? I love my agent, sitting down with me, buying me coffee, asking me about my life, and then, sharing about what's the best product that we can use for my future. And I think in this context, that's why we have to ask all of you and not ask AI, because if we ask AI, they will put themselves at front and center of what they see the vision of insurance to be. So what is the AI Lab, right? We are really here to accelerate Prudential's adoption of machine learning, AI and generative AI, while also obviously, as an organization, driving our strategic priorities to serve you as customers. So the customer is our compass, and delivering better customer experiences is definitely one of our key areas in using AI. In this context, it doesn't have to be limited to InsurTech, right? Because this is across all organizations that are service-driven, and it might be even something that we can adopt and learn from maybe the hospitality sector, where customer is their key. Next is obviously a distribution, which is a huge part of what Prudential does. We have financial representatives, significantly more than our corporate staff, and that is really where we want to empower them to serve you better, because I would not want that robot to be my financial representative. Instead of that, I'd rather have my financial rep understand me holistically and serving my needs along every step of my journey. Lastly, as an insurance company, we are looking at how we can increase our access for people like yourselves, those that have not raised your hands, to healthcare and financial services and our core insurance products. So all of you might be wondering, why AI Lab, right? Is this new to Prudential? Are you just starting to use AI? So that's definitely not the case, right? We do have already used and implemented AI experiences across organization in Africa and Asia, which is our focus for Prudential PLC. But the main thing here today is that we're not here as AI Lab just to look at the general mainstream adoption of AI. We are called a lab for a reason, right? We are looking at next level AI products that we can then eventually deploy experimented technologies that we use, that we build in-house, that we work with Google as our strategic partners, but also startups and IHLs and schools like yourselves that will be able to join us in this journey to present solutions to our business units and then eventually scale it out with our Center of Excellence, with our group technology team and our AI team, and that will flow down back to the business units themselves. So this is what we believe, right? We believe that with a successful implementation, we need 4 main areas: enablement, domain expertise and IP, AI talent and expertise, as well as the unique industry insight that we have, right? So we have that big, red dot in the center, but where everyone else comes in, the ecosystem comes in, and that's the answer for the crossword puzzle at our booth. The ecosystem itself is really the enablement where we have our data and sandbox that we make available to all of you to experiment on, that you will use that, but also maybe co-create sandboxes with other organizations, have domain expertise and IP in our area, but also for yourselves to bring your IP to us, and hopefully to look at investable futures with spinning in and spinning out of these businesses, but also the AI talent expertise, right? I have a team that I'm leading with AI engineers, data engineers, but we are limited in our resource as a company, as an organization. We don't have the expertise that some of you here might have, right? The PhDs that are looking at the new age, next generation AI, as well as the unique industry insights, right? So as I was sharing just now, it could be hospitality that has best in customer service, right? Can we adopt that? Can we adapt that? So with this ecosystem that we are working on, I'm sure some of you were here on the first day where it was loud and buzzing and a lot of people were around. We had an MOU signing with some of the IHLs and institutes, with Asian Institute of Digital Finance, we had with SMU School of Computing because we need the talent and expertise of the next generation, but also Republic Poly and other polytechnics and many, many more in the pipeline, but not limited to universities. We do have a working relationship with some government bodies as well as research foundations, and here today at FinTech Festival, we are also calling for startups to join us, right? So all these are new and exciting, and I think I haven't shared this, but we are newly launched, and we are only launching on the 19th of November. So all these are pre-work, right? And if you want to be these pioneers in starting this journey with Prudential AI Lab, this is where you hear of us today and at the booth at Hall 2. So we want to turn ideas into AI products. We want to tap on this AI talent and expertise, but also to accelerate development and adoption of AI within the organization. And that means, potentially bringing your solutions to life, right? And seeing it, used it as Prudential customers yourself. So obviously, the ecosystem and the partnerships that we have will be critical in driving this. So this is really our current working model. And as a brand new entity, AI Lab, we are working like a startup, and that, changes from time to time. But this is really what we are really pushing forth. We have a cohort 0 of 5 use cases that we have built in-house, even before we launch, hopefully to launch with cohort 1. So the cohort 1 were problem statements that we have gathered since 3 months ago with our business units across Asia and Africa. So I've gathered more than 150 submissions of their problems, right? So business is very good at telling me, this is my problem, right? And then they propose some of their AI solutions. We help refine them. We build them internally with us and Google alongside. And what we do is we distill some of these problem statements into challenge statements for everyone in the audience, in the public, our ecosystem to leverage on, right? So for startups and students, that's very clear working models. We are working out working models for research centers, institutes, PhD students. But really, for students, I don't think students are here in this stage, but for students that are really looking to join us to submit some of their FYP capstone projects, we at Prudential allows and support in terms of expertise, technology expertise, mentorships. And then for startups, because if you already have a ready solution of next-gen AI solutions that you can deploy to Prudential, that's where we will have give you access to our sandbox to allow you to play and test and experiment with some of the data that we have set aside. And where the graduation and demo day is not really the kind of accelerated demo days that you see. It's not really about getting investment, right? We are really getting the buy-ins of the BUs, of the business units. So we present the solution that we try on open source, Microsoft, any of these different open AI solutions. We get it from Google, which they are presenting a whole bunch of solutions to our business units. We present the startups and, suggestions and solutions from students as well. And then BUs, business units themselves, decide which benefits them the most, right? Cheaper, better, faster, right? And that's how we keep ourselves honest in the adoption of AI. So with that, I think this is a whole suite of expertise and support that we provide, mentorship, specialized advice, our internal and external networks, but also the platform and infrastructure and data that we can make it accessible to businesses, organizations, and yourselves as individuals to eventually build solutions together. And we do help support with grants and funding when necessary, be it internally or externally. So, well, if you dare to innovate with us, or if you care to innovate with us, I think do check out some of the challenge statements that have been reviewed. We are working alongside some of our partners to guide you in this journey. So they are in these 4 strategic areas that I've earlier mentioned: health, which is a huge part of our insurance; wealth, which is all more in structuring your financial investments and future; technology-powered distribution. So that might not be limited to insurance itself, because that could be, sales related. How do we help to get, information out, customer data, CRMs driven, versus our core insurance and operations, which is highly relevant in building efficiency within our organization. So I'll leave you guys with that. If any of you have any questions, we have a booth at Hall 2 right outside the Future Matters stage. We have a nice pink little giant that you can take photos with. So that really is one of the use cases by our lead generation team in Prudential, Singapore, that has adopted for leads generation. And they use GenAI to create an illustration of your dream, right? So that was how our business units have adopted GenAI internally, how our group AI technology team helps to scale some of these solutions, and where Prudential AI Lab sits today is to experiment new gen, next level, and AI that we will take forth with our ecosystem. So thank you so much. Have a good day for the rest of the day today, and a great after party after. Thank you.